Hello, friends! There is $4.142 sitting in your bank account right now that no debt collector can legally touch if you're the average retiree on Social Security, but only if that money got there the right way. And stay with me until number 6, because that's the rule most retirees get completely backwards, and it's the one that freezes life savings. Number 1. The federal shield most seniors have never even heard of. It's called 31 CFR Part 212, and since May 2011, it has forced every bank and credit union in America to do one thing before freezing your account. When a debt collector wins a judgment against you, credit card, medical bill, old personal loan, and sends your bank a garnishment order, the bank must first run what's called an account review. It looks back exactly 2 months, adds up every federal benefit that landed by direct deposit, Social Security, SSI, VA benefits, railroad retirement, federal pensions, and that sum becomes untouchable, not after a hearing, not after you hire a lawyer, automatically. With the average 2026 retirement check at $2.071 a month, that's $4.142, the bank must leave fully available to you. Your debit card keeps working. Your rent check clears, your pharmacy payment goes through. Here's what it looks like in real life. Margaret owes $8,000 on an old credit card. The collector gets a judgment and sends her bank a garnishment order. Her bank reviews the last 2 months, finds 2 Social Security deposits totaling $4.142, and walls that money off from the freeze. She never files a single form. The mistake people make here is panic. Collectors know this money is protected, and some still call seniors, pressuring them to settle today, paid straight out of the exact dollars the law says they cannot reach. Never pay a collector from protected funds because a freeze letter scared you. If your bank ever freezes anything, ask one question in writing. What protected amount did your account review establish under 31 CFR Part 212? Banks answer that question very carefully because federal examiners check their math. Number 2. The shield only follows direct deposit. This protection is not attached to Social Security money itself. It is attached to the electronic deposit. When the Treasury sends your benefits straight into your checking account or onto a direct express card, the deposit carries a federal tag. On your statement, it reads SSA TREAS 310. That tag is what the bank's software finds during the 2-month lookback. Money that arrives any other way gets 0 automatic protection, even though it's the same benefit. Deposit a check by hand, and the bank's review finds nothing to protect. You'd have to prove in court where every dollar came from. This matters more than ever because the Treasury stopped mailing paper Social Security checks on September 30th, 2025, and pushed everyone to electronic payment. Most retirees are covered, but only in the exact account that receives the deposit. Here's the trap in action. 2 neighbors, both getting $2.071 a month. One has direct deposit to her checking account. A garnishment order arrives, and $4.142 is shielded the same week. The other withdraws his benefit in cash each month and redeposits what's left to keep things simple. When his freeze letter arrives, that redeposited cash has no federal tag, no look-back protection, nothing. The entire balance is frozen while he fights it. The common mistake is treating cash withdrawals and redeposits as harmless. Every time benefit money leaves the electronic trail, it loses its automatic armor. Your move this week: log into your My Social Security account at SSA.gov and confirm exactly which account your deposit lands in. That account is your fortress. Know its name and keep your spending money there. Number 3. The transfer trap that catches careful savers. The protection lives in the receiving account only. The moment you move benefit money somewhere else, the shield stays behind. Transfer $2,000 to a savings account for safekeeping, or to a different bank paying 4% interest, and in that new account it is just money. The look-back there finds no federal deposits, so it protects nothing. Robert learned this the expensive way. He moved $2,000 of his Social Security to an online savings account every month, building $12,000 across a year. Smart saving by every normal rule. Then, an old medical debt turned into a judgment, and the garnishment order went to the savings bank. Frozen. All $12,000. Every dollar of it originally Social Security, and not $1 automatically protected, because none of it arrived there from the Treasury. It took him a lawyer, an exemption claim, and 6 weeks to get it back. 6 weeks of not touching his own savings. The mistake that makes this worse is commingling. When benefit money mixes with a spouse's paycheck or pension in a joint account, tracing which dollars are exempt becomes a paperwork nightmare, and creditors know it. What to do? Keep your benefit and your everyday spending in the landing account, and understand the trade you're making when you chase interest. Moved money earns more, but it fights garnishment naked. If you carry debt that could ever become a judgment, that trade deserves real thought. And keep number 6 in the back of your mind, because even the money you leave in the right account is not as safe as you think once you start saving it up. Number 4. Who can still take your check, shield or no shield? The 2-month protection stops judgment creditors, credit cards, medical bills, personal loans, repo balances. It does not stop the government. If you owe back taxes, the IRS can levy up to 15% of your monthly benefit through the Federal Payment Levy Program on a $2.071 check. That's about $310 taken every single month before it ever reaches your bank. Defaulted federal student loans can trigger an offset of up to 15% as well, and this is hitting more seniors every year. Hundreds of thousands of Americans over 65 still carry federal student debt, often from co-signing for grandchildren. And child support or alimony orders from a state enforcement agency bypass the protected amount entirely. They can reach 50% or more of your benefit. The rule literally carves these orders out. When the garnishment comes from the United States or a child support agency, the bank does not establish a protected amount at all. The costly mistake here is ignoring government mail because Social Security can't be garnished. By the time the levy starts, your best options are gone. The IRS sends a final notice, typically a CP-91, giving you 30 days to respond before it touches your benefit. Answer inside that window, and a simple installment agreement usually stops the levy before it starts. So here's the move. Any letter from the IRS, the Department of Education, or a child support agency that mentions your benefits gets answered within 1 week of arriving. In this arena, silence is the only truly expensive mistake. Number 5. The frozen money above the shield is not gone, but the clock is brutal. Say you have $9,000 in your account when the order arrives. The bank protects $4,142 and freezes $4,858. Most seniors read that letter as a verdict. It isn't. Under Section 207 of the Social Security Act, your benefits are exempt from garnishment, period, with the exceptions we just covered. The 2-month rule is only the automatic part. Everything above it you can still claim back by filing an exemption claim with the court. Here's the catch that costs people thousands: the deadline. The notice that comes with the freeze gives you a window to object. In some states, as short as 10 days from the date on the letter, not the date you opened it. Miss it. And legally exempt money can be handed to the creditor anyway, and getting it back after that ranges from difficult to impossible. Dorothy did it right. $9,000 in her account, $4,858 frozen. She pulled 12 months of bank statements, highlighted every line reading, quote, SSA TREAS 310, attached them to her state's exemption form, and showed the judge that every frozen dollar traced back to Social Security. Every dollar came back. The mistake is having no paper trail. People who bank paperless and never download statements suddenly need a year of records in 5 days. Your protection here costs nothing. Once a year, download 12 months of statements as PDFs into one folder. That folder is the difference between a 2-week fix and losing thousands of exempt dollars. Number 6, and this is the one people get completely backwards. The shield protects deposits, not savings. On the day the garnishment order arrives, the bank protects the lesser of 2 numbers: the benefits deposited in the last 2 months, or your current balance. Read that again. The lesser. Your protection is capped at roughly 2 checks, no matter how much benefit money you've accumulated. Most retirees believe the opposite. Everything in that account is Social Security, so everything is protected. Legally exempt? Yes. Automatically protected? No. Say you've carefully saved $15,000 in the checking account where your benefit lands. Years of not touching part of each check. The order arrives. The look-back fine's $4.142 in deposits. That's the shield. The other $10.858 is frozen on day 1, and now you're in number 5 territory. Forms, deadlines, tracing winnable, but only with paperwork and speed. Even timing matters. An order that lands the day before your deposit posts catches a smaller 2-month window than one that lands the day after. One piece of good news buried in the same rule. The bank is forbidden from charging you a garnishment processing fee out of your protected amount. Some banks charge $100 or more for handling these orders, and that fee cannot touch your shielded funds. The mistake to stop making today: parking life savings in the landing account, because that's where the protection is. The protection there is 2 months, worth full stop. Know your number. Your monthly benefit times 2. In my case study, that's $4.142. Anything above that number in any account survives a freeze only if you fight for it. So here's the truth: under all 6 rules, the law protects exactly 2 months of your benefits automatically. Every dollar beyond that is protected only if you can prove it in time. Your one action step this week: open your latest statement, find the SSA TREAS 310 inches line, multiply it by 2, and write that number down. That is your shield. Then download 12 months of statements into one folder while it costs you nothing. If this helped, subscribe and share it with one person over 65. The families who know these rules keep their money.